axis of this curve, the vertical one, is head. Head is actually the compression ratio. How much pressure can be produced by this type of compressor. And the horizontal axis is about the capacity. Sometimes we can see that some manufacturer of the compressors, they will release this type of performance curves, and the horizontal axis is according to the percentage of the maximum capacity, but sometimes is according to the amount or value of the capacity. Okay, but always before buying a compressor or before installing a compressor, you should know what is the performance curve of this type of compressor. As you can see here, this performance curve is for a centrifugal compressor. Most important things that we should check is this area. The compressor, the centrifugal one, just can work in this area. Look at this line. This is called the surge limit. But surge actually happens when the impeller of the centrifugal compressor is not filled enough. What happens if the impellers are not filled enough? Can anyone explain about surge? What is the science? How does it happen? And how are we able to control it? Do you have any information about it?
Yes. Generally, the surge is when it's different, when it's unstable flow rate under pressure. That's in between the discharge and the suctions. If the demand flow rate, we cannot get the demand flow rate from the discharge until the retention. That's because a several problem. This is with the general way.
Okay. What are the signs of surge? When can we say that surge is going to happen?
Surge?
Yeah.
The main sign, the flow rate. When the flow rate is decreased, that means
very good. So we have a minimal flow rate required for working the compressor.
And also the lower section pressure on the section line.
Okay.
The other side, that's maybe it's high noise for
exactly.
the compressor.
It sounds like sand.
Yes, that's the vibration.
Very good. So sound and vibration are the signs of surge. And as Riza explained, we should know how much is the flow rate of the compressor, and we should always provide a minimum flow for the compressor. Look at here. If this is the performance curve of a centrifugal compressor, we are going to know how much is the head and how much is the capacity that the compressor is working. And of course, we should know how much is the RPM of the compressor. These lines are for different RPM. If I know everything about working point of the compressor, I can find the point. For example, I can check that the head is about 10. If I know the capacity, here, this point, we call it the working point of the compressor. And the working point should be in this area. Look at this line. If you consider this line as the surge line, we can understand that if we reduce the flow rate of the compressor, this line, this working point is going to get near to the surge limit. So, if we reach to this point, you can hear some sound like sand in the compressor. You can see that the vibration of compressor is going to be increased. And the reason is that there is not enough gas molecules in the compressor casing between the impellers. Okay? This area should be completely filled that it makes the impellers able to collide with the gas molecules. If some void area is between the impellers, it reaches to a point that the discharge pressure is going to be higher than the pressure in the impellers. Why? Because the impellers are not able to impart the gas molecules. We said that in centrifugal compressors, firstly we increase the velocity, then we will change it to the pressure. So if we are not able to increase the velocity of gas molecules to the amount which is required for increasing the pressure, we can reach to a point that the discharge pressure is higher than the pressure inside the impeller. And you can understand that in this situation, a backward flow is going to happen to the compressor.